first 3 and 3, got 5 out of 6 points. Just what was your take on the weekend?
You know, it was good. I told the guys after, it was all 3 were hard-fought games against, I thought they were tight checking games. They were physical games. They had a little bit of everything, and the pace, just toward pace in all 3 games. You hate to give up the 2-0 lead, but after watching it, I was concerned that we ran out of gas a little bit, but for the most part, we just cut some bad breaks. Again, a little puck luck at times, and didn't get one out, and then the first goal that really gave them the momentum, and that's one thing I'll give Bridgeport credit for. Especially in that building, when they get momentum, they really come at you, and we end up piled on top of our goaltender, and Wedgwood can't get out of the net, and he finally fights his way through, gets out, and they make a nice play back door. And after that, I thought we were okay, and then they get a nice goal on a tip. So unfortunately, 5 out of 6 points we're certainly happy with. We would have liked 6, but overall I thought the guys did a heck of a job.
Chasing Springfield, 6 points behind. You play them 3 times in the next 2 weeks. Can you say, is this arguably the most important 2 weeks of the season so far?
I just said that as a coach, you look at some certain weekends, and some of them they come up as the season progresses. We had one other conversation about a month ago. I think in November we had something like 9 divisional games within a 10-game span. We talked about that, but I just said to the guys, this is certainly 4 games we have circled on the schedule, and We've been fortunate this year because of our play and where we are, that we haven't been chasing too many teams, and now we are playing a team that's just ahead of us in the standings, and our goal is still to get to the top of the division, and they're ahead of us, so this is an opportune time.
My math is right. I think it's 7 games in 10 days. You got to be careful now in practice in terms of just lightening that load. Yeah,
and we will moving forward. We this week was still, we just got two games without travel, and then we get into the Tuesday game, and then obviously the 3 and 3 start to show up with travel. I think Atlantic City at the end of the 2 weeks here. So, we got to be smart, and with the weather and the cold and flu season and all that coming on, guys got to make sure they're taking care of their bodies. But we will make sure they have ample rest for sure.
Any hope of getting any depth through this?
There's always hope for that, Pete.
Do you know anything about Matteau with them?
No. I just had a conversation with Chris. No idea what. I don't know if they have to. There was talk of maybe a relegation round or something, but I don't know what the schedule is. Unfortunately, they won't be playing any meaningful games. I don't know if they have to play again or not, or whether he's going to be back or when he will be back. At what point?
Everybody else healthy out of the last week?
Yeah, other than some bumps and bruises, which is always going to happen after 3 and 3 nights. Everybody's pretty healthy.
How does this team match up against Springfield? I guess what's the
very similar. I think we're tight defensive teams that like to push the pace. Really use our D to keep plays alive in the offensive zone. They're probably a little more aggressive with that off the rush than some of our group. I think they're well coached. They play a good system, and they're an honest, hard-working bunch. Very similar. Like I said, we're very similar teams. There's no, we've had some guys that have had some success offensively. Marchesal's obviously a big gun for them, but they have depth in all 4 lines. They get contributions on different nights, anywhere from the back end to the 4th line. So I think we match up well, and I think the games are always going to be tight, as they've shown so far.